Alex will describe it better.
Oh Gott, es ist soweit! Sie
Yeah, so
kommen!
basically for spawn point, oh, not capture point. So if you put a lot of effort for achieving the objectives, and
But they like capture if they capture the point alone or something like that. Is that also taken into account?
right now no, but they will just have the whole amount of the capture progress awarded to them. So the like the max award, and we'll probably have some different awards in the future. You know, like defending point, some stuff like that. It's just future plans to see how to be integrated in the gameplay. So we're driving.
It's hard to see. It's hard to see like the rocks that are just scattered about.
Yeah, there is a lot of rocks in this map.
It's pretty awesome.
And, it's really safe to drive on the roads, but it's safe because you will not hit the rocks because there is no rocks on the road. But it is very you're very in the open if you're driving by the road, like
Got one.
right now.
I'm on fire.
Oh.
I'm gonna blow. I'm
I
blue.
like,
I got one. It's just.
I'm trying to help you, mate. Sorry, too far. Well, I should mention also that right now we have a pretty limited amount of vehicles able to, well, that are available to play because, well, it is for testing purposes, so we can test the map properly. They will be increased in the nearest future.
I was trying to push
so basically,
C over there. Okay, just go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, basically we are limiting the amount of tanks you are able to play right now just to test the balance, so we'll know if they are a good match to each other, and to test these tanks to test this exact tanks and then go to the another tanks when this will be done free. I'm trying to go to their spawn point.
Jeez.
It's very long range map, so you
Yeah,
can...
it is definitely. It's very hard to get. It's very hard in this one spot. That kind of actually brings up an interesting question that somebody asked yesterday. Is there any? I mean, you can switch points. I've seen that, but is there any kind of spawn protection, or do you guys feel the need to have any kind of spawn protection?
Yeah, right now we have spawn protection, so I think it is something around 15 seconds from the spawn. You are invincible, or until you shoot your first round. So if somebody is camping and you just respawn, you can aim and then shoot him to his weakest point, basically. And this works both for tanks and for aircraft. Yeah, I'm just trying to camp, and I feel.
Karelia, there was quite a few spots, it seemed like, where that was an issue.
Well, it is for testing purposes. Well, we're testing stuff, and it could be and it will be changed. So yeah, so there will be some spawn protection, definitely.
Yeah, we have some right now, but probably will tune the amount of time you'll be protected. Probably it's not enough right now because on this map you see a lot of spawn camping, and where are you? I can't find you. And so this will be better when we implement the detection system in a proper way. Right now we have the some bugs in it, of course, because it's a test. And you'll be able to see these campers better. Oh, in fact, you are here. Yeah.
I want to make a push down to C, but it's so open.
Yeah. There is a lot of rocks in something to the around the center of the map, and uh, uh, so you can hide behind it.
I'm gonna try.
And yeah, we can go and try capture point B. I think. Yeah, let's go. Because right now we are losing. It's very risky to go in the open like. I can go in right now, but I don't see enemy tanks right now. Okay.
How do you feel the balance is at the tiers that there currently is, and then, you know, in 1v1 situations, have you noticed any balancing issues?
Right now, when you play like heavy tank, the only heavy tank we have right now is KV1. It is quite powerful, of course, and have lots of armor, but its weaponry is not perfect. You can shoot it with a Sturm, the German tank destroyer, and it is very, very effective if
Oh,
you
yes.
know where to shoot. I'm just shooting 1 KV right now with the Sturm.
I got a. Oh gosh.
And you know, like HE80 rounds are pretty effective against it as well. If you maneuver, you know, like if you have a lighter tank, you can maneuver around it and try to hit it in the weakest spots.
Mm-hmm. And on Stuk you have, I think, Panzer Grenades 40. It is around, how it's called, the AP DC or something like that. It is basically have very good armor penetration, so on distances like below 900 meters, it's very powerful when you unlock it. But you need to use it very carefully because it is not very effective at long range. Okay, I think I've unlocked something much too.
It's very difficult to spot people on this map. When I was using the Stug on Karelia, I wasn't having any issues spotting people. I got like 9 kills in one game, and that was just that was just crazy right there. It's very hard to spot on that map. How is the camouflage system? How does that actually change the way? I mean, does that help you not be spotted like to an extreme extent, or?
No, not to extreme extent. Of course, it is affecting the way your tank looks, and that helps to protect you through the, like, when you're looking from the long distances, it will be very hard to spot you, because even without any markers, you will be able to spot tanks quite easily when they are moving. If they're standing still, it's kind of hard. They have right camouflage. And talking about detection system, it will help you to be hidden from enemy, but not to the extreme extent. He will not appear just in front of the enemy.
Like you like won't be invisible and then just randomly appear.
Yeah, of course. We have very advanced code there, which detects where you'll be, how you'll be seen, from which direction, lots of different stuff taken into account to find out if you should be seen by the enemy and if markers should appear on you in the game.
Okay, Senor, are you there, mate?
Yeah, I'm here back. Please invite me once again.
Okay, I invited you. Along with the detection system that you were just talking about, currently, when you play, you have like a red silhouette, and you have like an X that can kind of tell you like the penetration points. Is that going to only be for arcade mode, or is that going to translate over to other modes as well?
We'll see, depending on the test, because right now it really helps with.
Yeah, it helps the players to see how they, well, to see the weak points and how they can operate during the game. But well, most likely it won't be implemented in the other modes, most likely, and it can be removed if the players do not want it. For now, we just implemented so that the players can see the weak spots they can hit, so they learn to play the game. You know, like they are just beginning to play, they learn how to play it, so they can see how they properly shoot, where they should aim, etc., etc. So for the time being, it is here, but yep, most likely it will not be available in the other modes other than arcade. Well, it can be removed anytime if the players ask for it. That's it.
Yeah, and it really helps in arcade modes with lots of different stuff rendered. So like a lot of, which we have very lots of details on the maps, which of course obstruct your view. So it helps a bit when you just see a small portion of a tank. It helps you to find out how it's positioned, because the real tank crew in the real life, they are not limited to the monitors like we are as the gamers. So it's easier for them to find out the angle at which the enemy armor is looking at you, and to find out the exact orientation of the tank or the tank towards the enemy. Let's go to the point C, I think.
To see.
Yeah, because it's taken by the
Okay,
enemy,
we'll try
and
this.
we're already going there like, I think 3 times. Yeah, we've taken B. If you go to the point C, we'll see.
Now, when I was over at C in the last game, is that point only able to be captured within that little circle, or is it like the entire area?
Actually, the area is marked with, well, it is a square. It is not a circle. It is a square. You can see it pretty clearly once you move here.
Okay. Because I know, like on Corellia, it was almost like that. It was like a square, but it was actually like it looked like a platform.
Yep.
Suspension
Well,
was
for now it
damaged.
isn't. Well, right now it is implemented that way, just so the players get acquainted with the gameplay. No.
So KV1, I just got.
AKB-1 is kind of powerful tank.
Something behind me, hiding in the rocks. Turret is damaged. Turret ring's damaged. I'm taking so much damage right now. I can't move.
Right. That was trying to help you. They just respawned. Okay, I see this guy. Yeah, just shooting at you.
I got him. My track is repaired. So my track was repaired, but I still have, some track damage. And it's
Yeah, it stays with you for. It is repaired, but it's not like perfect repair. Like field repair.
Do you ever gain functionality back throughout the battle, or once you're damaged to like the extent that I'm damaged, you're damaged that way for the entire match?
Right now, you're damaged for the entire match.
Okay.
In the future, we'll probably implement the repair zones. It'll probably be your respawn point, so you'll be able to go back to your respawn point and then repair there. If you'll be able to go there, actually.
Yeah, my tank is heavily damaged.
Yeah, there is one AD1 behind the truck, I believe.
Yeah, I'm trying to get a shot at him. We just had 2 teammates come down, so that should be a help. I shouldn't have gone down that slope right there. I can't even get over this hill due to the damage. And guys, in stream, this is my first day of playing this, so it is not. It does take some time to get used to. You have to worry about a lot of different things. And one of the things that I found, just in the couple times I played, to be like the most concerning is some of the planes overhead dropping bombs on you.
I believe the next time we play, you may perhaps try, you know, to fly a plane to bomb some.
So right there, that was based off of time and how many people were in the circle. The reward.
Yes. And actually, if you have more people in the circle, it will be captured faster.
Okay.
So right now on this map, the zones are capturing really fast, and we will play with the different modes, with the different capture times. You know, like with the different modes in terms of respawns, you probably will have only like one respawn. Even probably in arcade, we'll see.
I'm gonna drop my tank and get into a plane because I can't. I'm so damaged I can't even get up the hill. Somebody just asked about the MGs. I don't know if you wanted to explain the machine gun thing that you explained to me.
Well, they will be implemented later. And we are already, you know, like taking them into account. They will be operating, but for now we have to test the basics. So.
Yeah, basically right now the only target for a machine gun is enemy plane, and we will have the crew on the flak panzer, for example, the crew which will be outside the tank and will not be protected by any armor, so you'll be able to shoot them with the machine gun. So it will be very useful against that kind of vehicles.
One of the primary reasons why I wanted to show this area is so that they can see like that this is actually a part of the Cliff Coast map, and it's like just a little tiny specific section of it. It actually brings a whole new perspective onto.
Yeah, guys, and you know, like the other day when you play arcade and when you see the Cliff Coast map, you can fly over the same location and see how it looks like
from above.
Yeah, from above.
Yeah, and you can switch from tank to aircraft. If, for example, somebody
I crashed. I got him though. That was stupid.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
I wrecked my plane. I changed my. I have to figure out my controls for the tank because I have some controls on the tank and some controls on the plane, and it's they're like the exact same. So I hit the wrong button.
I see.
Do you have any? Do you have any kind of way that you plan to like separate the controls in that regard, or?
So you will load different presets.
Yeah, because I hit the wrong key. That was essentially key mapped to a tank key.
Right. Yeah, we'll see how we'll implement it. Probably it's a good idea because when you have different vehicle types in one game, you'll have that kind of problem because you have different controls for the ships, different controls for aircraft, for tanks, and you probably want to switch between them easily. Okay, I'm trying to do this KD.
Track repair. Do you want to talk about the crew skill repair abilities and like all the various crew skills?
These crew skill abilities, they will help you in the battle, of course. The repair time will help you to repair your tracks faster, and sometimes it's very important to repair your track like 1 or 2 seconds faster because it could be a question of death and life in this situation. Well, somebody crashed right here. So there is different crew abilities, like the driver have the driving ability. It will help him drive your tank more accurate, more basically more effective. So you will notice the difference between the starting crew and when you upgrade all your skills, which will add the individuality to all your slots. Because like in the same slot, you can open the crew.
The crew tab.
Yeah, the crew tab, and there is 2 tabs in the bottom, like the air and the ground
vehicles.
So yeah, basically you have the same big crew on one slot, and you can put aircraft there or tank there, and it will be the same crew, but with the different abilities for aircraft or for the ground vehicles. I'll check the.
There's a lot that you can do, like weapon reloading. That's obviously a pretty big one. Driving, tank driving, targeting, range finding.
Mm-hmm. And we have some of the abilities which is for the future development, like the machine gun.
Yeah.
I don't have the English localization right now in front of me. Stuff like the accuracy machine gunner. So it affects a lot of stuff in there. Okay.
Senio, did you drop again?
Well, I did it voluntarily, but yeah, I'm recognizing right now I have to play with my settings a little bit, so it plays better. I'll be back in a second.
Have you tried Flak Panzer yet?
I have tried it. Like I said, I had a pretty good game, one game in the Stug, and then I hopped in the Flak Panzer and got an air kill. I can test that out in this next match.
Please test it out.
Okay.
As far as I believe, you should have a artillery support.
Oh yeah, too. I'll show that as well.
For your Flak Panzer.
Yep.
So I believe that our players would like to see that as well.
Yeah.
And just please invite me once again.
Okay. Another really interesting question that somebody posed yesterday was about ammunition factors and like how that will actually influence gameplay. Like if you were to take a full load versus like a half load of your ammunition, does that actually decrease the chances of you having like ammo rack hits and explosions and things like that?
Sure it does. Sure it does. Yeah. The more ammunition you have in a tank, the higher chance for ammo rack detonation you have. If you have a full load of ammunition and if your tank is hit where the ammo rack is, it is most likely that you could have an explosion. And the effects, visual effects, are different depending on how much ammunition you have left. For example, if you're low on ammunition and it still detonates, there will be one type of explosion, not that big. But if you're fully loaded and the enemy hits you right in the ammo rack, well, you could be quite a firework, I think.
So, like as you progress through the game, even and you lose ammunition, you actually see those chances decreasing as well. That's.
Yeah.
Yep, that's it.
The detail we are aiming at in all the aspects of the game.
Another question that was asked, and I don't know if you guys want to go into this at all, but I'm just trying to see if I can actually hit that AA from here. I can. was about the various roles for like scouters and spotters. Do you guys plan to have any kind of reward kind of system for that, or is that going to be solely like a team, a team benefit, obviously, of having people who can spot?
We'll have the spatial actual ability to transmit the coordinates of the tank to the to the aircraft forces. So you basically on the light tanks, you will transmit the coordinates to aircraft, so asking them to help. And in the case if that tank will be destroyed by somebody else, you will be rewarded as well, because you've spotted it and you gave a lot of information about it to aircraft above you. If you're flying aircraft, you will not see tanks so easily, so there will be no markers right now, and this way.
Alex, I believe that he's also asking about the reward system for the light tanks. Will they get some rewards for spotting or pointing out the enemy tanks, other vehicles?
Yes, as I've already said, we'll probably have something like this. Depends on the testing, because when the tank which you've spotted has been killed, you'll probably will gain a reward for assist.
Showing the artillery.
Okay.
Fortunately, there's nothing for me to actually call in a strike for that I can see.
I'm capturing Zone C at the moment, and the hardest point here to capture is, I think, A, because it has a lot of ways to get to that point. So you should defend from every direction. Let's try to capture Zone A. Actually, when you play this map for a long time, you start to see a lot of different opportunities on this map, because
there are lots of tactics that can be implemented with this one. Well, some of the players are, like they're saying that it is, like you should camp and spawn. It is not right, because you can actually take part in, attacking the points and, gaining some positions, moving around and getting, superiority, because this map is really provides different tactics. It depends on which one you choose, but there are lots of them.
Yeah, I know one secret passage to Zone A, which I'm trying to go for right now. There is actually tons of them, but this one is not very obvious from this part of the map. It's kind of obvious when you're going from Zone A, but it is kind of harder to spot when you're going from the north side of the map.
Do you guys want to explain how artillery works? Because I know a lot of people might probably have concerns about that.
Well, as far as I know, which tank are you playing right now? Perhaps we can show the guys how it works.
I have the flak panzer, and I just called in an artillery strike, actually.
Okay.
So basically, let me explain.
Yeah.
Basically, it shots several aiming shots in the beginning to aim the artillery. So the enemy where you shoot you're shooting at will be notified by these aiming shots, and he will be able to try to hide from the artillery fire, because he knows that he will be he has a small amount of time to do so. I'll just respond because I have been killed by the and then it will fire a barrage on the enemy. So you have some time to hide. You should use it to actually get the people out of their camping positions if you cannot go around for some reason. It's very effective in this place. It's not very effective in just shooting people down because it's not very accurate.
Yeah, just
But
any.
it's very, but it's very good at
Not much you can do.
getting people out of their camping positions.
Not much you can do with HEIT rounds. I'm getting pushed into the battle.
Cool.
And then, you know what? Do you want to talk about? Like, is there some kind of is there a delay or a cooldown period on what you can actually, and like, does that make sense? Like, is there a cooldown period of how often you can actually call that?
Yep,
Yeah.
sure there is.
And we increased it from the Euronear times where we presented it, and actually it now has accurate artillery ammo at the moment. So at that time, when players first saw the artillery when we presented it, has very powerful ammunition, and now it has historically accurate one.
And by the way, the artillery is present on the map. So if you're flying a plane, you can find it and destroy it. You know, like because you can find artillery positions and destroy them. If you're using a plane, this for this map it is plane only, but basically it could be tanks as well if they can reach the artillery positions. Yeah. So artillery, you know, like if you can kill it and it won't be able to bring you more trouble after you kill it.
Yeah, just get some free kills by this. Just helping your team.
And it's not accurate either. It's I mean they kind of, didn't you say they do like test shots, and then they kind of barrage the whole area? Because you know I launched a couple artillery strikes right in the same location, and I wasn't able to actually hit anyone, even though they were like...
easy. Yeah, it ain't easy to hit. Or you have a chance, but it ain't easy. As Alex already mentioned, it is better used to, you know, like to scare your opponent off some rock or where he's hiding, or it is well, if he's capturing the zone, it is also good to strike it since he's standing right there. But basically, it is not accurate at all. It is no, you know, like god weapon that strikes from above and smites the unworthy ones.
Yeah, basically it's very situational. In some situations it's very useful, but you need to know when to use it. So it's not like I win button. Okay, shot it. We need to capture more points, guys. Right now we are losing.
Taking routes I don't think you're actually supposed to be taking. I haven't even, I played this map a lot earlier, and I didn't even play anywhere near this area, like all the times I played. So even like this map, you know, like Ireland is very open, but even on this map there are still...
Actually, the thing is, you know, like some players may have an impression that Ireland is bigger or much bigger than Karelia. No, it is not. They are pretty much the same. The difference is, the landscape in these two.
It's more open,
it is more open, yeah.
Okay, some aircraft just dropped a bomb on me. You just need to buy a flak panzer, actually. Okay, I see some targets which are trying to capture.
The bob of the turret too is very hard to get used to.
Yeah, and we are working on improving the physics and the actual suspension physics. So probably some of this will be it will not be so how's it called, so shaky.
So it's not. So that is going to be worked on. I mean, it's once you play a little bit, it is you are able to control it, but I know when you get in those quick engagements and you want to shoot right away, it can be difficult sometimes.
Yeah, but there is some very cool skill shots you can do where you just going very near to your opponent. You just need to press the fire button right at the
right at the right time.
The exact moment, yeah, right, the exact moment to shoot to actually kill him, and it's very satisfying when you actually do this. You're actually able to do so.
Yeah, I had some shots like that earlier that I was kind of surprised I got.
Guys, we don't have much time left. I believe it's around 7 minutes or something like that.
Okay, let's.
So, and like, if you have some questions left.
Yeah, there's some more questions here that I think some people probably want to get answers to.
Oh, we're winning, actually. We'll win this map.
Question that comes up quite often, and I'm sure you guys are probably going to have to answer this like 10,000 more times. Do you plan on having any kind of like premium ammo or ammo that you can purchase? Like, I've seen the answer like multiple times, but
no.
Right. Okay.
No.
Maybe can you expand upon any of the future plans you have for maps? Any cool features that you guys are wanting to install?
Well, about maps, they are still in development. Perhaps Alex can tell more about it. But you know,
yeah. I can add that we are working on some technology that will allow us to have even more detail on tank maps, so it will be even more detailed. And another stuff is that we'll have more destructible objects on current maps. You don't have a lot of destructibles, and in the future you will have quite a lot. Maps with water, so you have the bridges, you can control the bridges, and you can race to go through the what's called in English, the place in the river which you can cross. The crossings?
What about like swamps and things like that?
Yeah, swamps, things like that, of course, and different materials for this swamp. So you actually, on some tanks, it will be very hard to go through this swamp. So we're planning to increase the diversity of the maps, the diversity of the tactical situations, not only by the geometry of the landscape, but by the objects, by the different materials of the ground, and so.
Yeah, so the tank interaction will be different. Like, you know, like crossing the swamp and crossing the field is slightly different.
Yeah.
And the interaction between the air and the ground will be also implemented. And I believe it will be lots of fun, really, because, like, you know, interacting planes and ground forces are really, really fun, because when you have to keep controlling both of them, well, it makes you think about what you're doing and how to, what is the better way to win the match, and there are lots and lots of them.
Yeah, in some states you will just go to the switch from the tanks to the aircraft, because right now it is you should go for the aircraft to win. And it's very good that you have this agility in the game to switch from one vehicle to another throughout the match.
Do you guys want to do one more and then call it for the stream? Because
yeah,
there's some questions that were asked in chat, and then I have one more too that I think is pretty significant that somebody asked that I think would be good to talk about. If you guys want to ready up, and we can get into another game.
Well, I won't join, and I think like we have 3 minutes left, so I will just, you know, stay here.
Okay.
Okay. let's hear the question.
So the first question is about the crew replacement system.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right now we have a simple crew replacement system when someone like driver was knocked unconscious. It will be instantly replaced by another crew member. And when nobody is left in the tank is dead. In the near future, we'll implement the system that when the driver been hit and if he's unconscious, it will take time for other crew members to take control of the driving the tank, and you probably will be able to manage who will replace whom in this situation.
Okay.
And of course, for example, the captain will not be very effective driving the tank, not as much effective as the driver itself. So
The other question that was asked in chat was about it was about the damage model, but you know, you guys can check out the damage model on the front page, I guess, is what I was.
Yeah, there is a lot of
information
only
on
the damage model basics and how it's increased. Please read the diaries; they are pretty accurate and they're very detailed, and they have lots of illustrations. So, like, it is better to read them because it will take so much time to explain it.
And the other one was, like, let's say that you have a plane that drops a bomb, causes a crater on the map. Will that actually, that resulting crater, if you were to drive into it, could you potentially damage your tracks, or will it be how it is now?
You will be damaging your tracks, but not in this build. In the future builds, there will be a system that will make these craters from bombs and stuff affect your tank and actually your aircraft as well. So if you drop a bomb on the airfield, you will be able to achieve more than just a bomb on the airfield.
The other question was about. Let me give it 1 second. How does that happen?
Hey, just purchase some.
I thought I was able to get out of there in time. Man, I'm trying to see that question because it was a really good one.
Okay.
There was two of them. One was about the ramming mechanic. If you can explain a little bit about that and how damage is calculated and who gets damaged, and you know the resulting effects were if you were to ram into another tank.
It's still work in progress. So basically, if we're referring to the real life, the tank is very, very heavy from one point of view, and it's very tough from another point of view. So it will depend on which tank is heavier, which tank has more armor, the way how both of the tanks will be damaged. So it's still work in progress, and we'll have some physics update quite soon on the tank server, and we'll have the running date after this, because we physics update first for running to be more accurate. Okay?
Yeah, I'm trying to watch chat and play at the same time. It's not very easy.
I'm going to defend our policy because I see some KV1 trying to capture it. Yeah. So it's very important to defend your points here, because right now we have a very huge amount of tanks.
Watch your left. Yeah, watch your left. You got two coming at you right now. I'm trying to come up and help, but we're getting pushed pretty hard.
Okay, no, I haven't looked in.
This thing's not going to do. The 2C's not going to do anything to these things.
You should know the weak point. Probably you'll be able to damage them. Okay, I've killed one. I
Try to take out some some tracks.
Killed two of the guys there. Should be very, very.
Somebody wanted to know how will multi-turret tanks and machine gun, like, you know, using the additional machine gun, how will that work?
You have separate button for the machine guns. So if you want to fire your machine guns, you will need to press a separate button. And for firing the anti-air machine gun, you will have the separate camera that will allow you to watch the skies easier. Actually, if you zoom the view right now, it will place the camera on top of the tank. Something like that will be for the machine guns.
Okay.
It's more like first point view for machine guns, almost like it. And about multi-turret tanks, when you have Soviet multi-turret tanks, you'll be able to tune on and off which guns you want to fire. And when you point all your guns to an enemy and just press the fire button, it will by default fire all of them if they are pointing in the direction you want them to point, actually near your reticle. So you'll be able to do this multi-shots at the same time. Should be very powerful, especially against like small tanks, because the secondary turrets is not that powerful mostly. Second turret to the Stug. No, haven't. Okay, it's done. Looks very, very big battle near point C.
Yeah.
So just track it.
I have a lot of people the direction that I'm up on the ridge right now.
I'm trying to defend the point C. Yes, I've killed this KV-1.
Every little, there we go. Trying to hit the lower glaciers. It's every little. There we go. I was gonna say every little bit of wobble kind of throws you off. Try to set up that kill shot.
And it's very, very rewarding when you when you actually find out how to kill this tank or that tank, what the weak points. It's very rewarding. So I think we don't have a lot of time left. Okay, have somebody trying to camp me from afar.
T-34 on the ridge.
No, I see some Stug trying to fire at me from 400 meters. Oh, I've killed him.
And you do have to actually calculate for the distance, and you do have to actually lead your targets, and compensate for the distance, and that is
at the distance like 700 or 900 meters. It's kind of a long way for a bullet to go. It's more than a second. It takes more than a second for a bullet to travel these distances.
Right. So even in arcade battles, you do have you do have to keep that in mind when you're playing.
Yeah.
So that does have a huge effect on how accurate you are. But one thing that I've noticed about this sliding all over here. One thing that I've noticed about the aiming system currently is that if you are close enough, your shots actually hit exactly how you want to. And you were talking to me earlier about how the different damage model is calculated, and from what I can tell, it does seem like you need to take into account all of the various armor ratings.
Yeah, there is very big amounts of. Wait a second, okay, I haven't been able to protect the points. There is lots of parts of the armor. I think it's around 40 or 30, something like that. It's different parts, the different weak points. So we are able to model the armor protection of most of the tanks very accurately. So it will behave very accurate, and that's the main point, because we want these damage model to be accurate and basically accurately.
Yeah. One last question, I guess, here was
Yeah.
about historical events in certain types of battles. Do you plan on having like restrictions where you can only take, X amount of a specific tank into battle, per team, kind of like how you see now in certain events?
I think yes, why not? Because the event system is designed to work for both aircraft and tanks, so it is.
Yeah, it is customizable basically. So if the players would like to see some stuff, we can try it and we'll see how it works. That's it.
Yep. So I think it is for now.
You guys have anything else you want to say? Or?
Oh well, I believe we should finish the stream by now. It has been an hour already.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for joining us and watching the stream. Thank you for supporting War Thunder. We all waiting for you. See you on the battlefields, both in the air and on the ground later. So, Merry Christmas, everyone, and Happy New Year, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Stay tuned. More news are incoming. Just you wait.
Yep. Okay, see you guys. Thank you for joining us today.
See you.